Preparing the live stream.
Okay.
And remember, it's a little delay on their end. We streaming. All right. All right. It picked that up too. Top of the morning, top of the evening, top of the night, whatever time zone you are on, we are live. So keep in mind that it is a little delay.
Can you hear me, Kerensz?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'm doing dual control here. Yes, ma'am. This is out of order. Okay. All right. Chad, I would like you to keep in mind that I am streaming through using Zoom, and it may be a little delay on your end. Letha, you playing me in the background? You pre-playing me in the background? Mute your others. If you got me on another device, mute that out because I don't want that. Yeah,
okay.
Turn that.
I think what I'm doing is I'm listening to you while I'm on here. I'm gonna have to take that off.
Yeah.
That better? That better?
Hello. Okay. Are we good now?
Okay. Yeah. That better, Kerensz? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
I can. Right. That's better.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Hey, Fly. How you doing?
Hey, Fly.
Flower Bomb. How are you? Let's get to this. And Letha, you can share what you want to share because you know we got sharing images.
Okay.
But let me go here. Just let me know when you're going to share an image, Letha.
Okay.
Let's go here. Before I start addressing J4K, and you still got me echoing in the background.
It's not me, Ransom, because I don't have anything on but us.
Okay. Okay, Fly, sorry to hear about the hurricanes.
Yes, very sorry about that.
Do you hear the double audio in the background or is it just me?
I think I don't hear it, Kerensz.
Okay. I know what it is now. Anyway. Yeah, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is now. Keep in mind that next month prices are supposed to be going up due to a trade war that we're in the United States of America. That means the price of diapers, food, gas, and the like, or anything that we get from another country like Canada, Mexico, China, whatever we do trade with, all that's going up. Okay, we as the people incur the cost. Let me get that out the way. Just a reminder.
Everything's so high now you can't afford it, but they not talking about minimum wages going up or anything.
No, that's number 45 in his administration. Hey, Soup Bone, how are you?
So the price is gonna keep going up, but then you can't afford it because your wages is not going up to meet the demands of the prices. That's crazy. But like you said, we suffer the consequences of it.
So, right, let me get into this. Now, in regards to J4K, I want to say this. If you are a YouTuber, if you're a Facebooker, and you have ever posted anything negative about Teresa Martin, you've been completely out of order. So I wrote in the comments section, when did you pay Kenneka Jenkins' bills? When did you change Kenneka Jenkins' diaper when she was alive? When did you take her to the gas station, pick her up from school? When did you do any of that? You've done none of that. Therefore, you cannot say definitively that you care about her mother more than she does. By the way, who was there when she was being conceived? Who was there during these relations? Were you involved in the twat functions? Or you inside of her twat? And I'm gonna keep it as clean as I can tonight without getting too graphic. That's right. You had to be all up in her twat when she was being born and things like that. And if you were, bring me your proof. Let me see it. You prove it. Prove it. Where's your proof at? Prove it. Where your proof's at? I don't do receipts. Bring me some concrete proof. If you bought her diapers, if you housed her, clothed her, fed her, paid bills, water, electric, all of that, bring it. If not, do not ever attempt to sit up here and say that you had sleepless nights, that you're the only one who care about her, that you're so concerned about her. No, you're not. You're nothing but a hustler. And let me talk to the people who give into these hustlers. Yeah, welcome to the Lion's Den tonight. Welcome to the Lion's Den tonight. Okay, now, these people, most of them never even been to the state. Okay, never been to the state, never been to the village of Rosemont. And you had the audacity to sit up and think that they've done so much for Kenneka Jenkins. They've not met with a single detective, police. They've had no restraining orders and sued against their persons. So how you figure that? Then it's these GoFundMe's, it's this, it's that, sowing it is, sowing it that, give to me because I've been doing this, give to me because I've been doing that. You've been doing what? Getting public and free information off the internet that you did not acquire. Your labor did not acquire it to be made public for us. The reporters did that due to a Freedom of Information's request, not you. So, for you slow bellies, you've been having the socks, the clothes, and the shoes fleeced right off of you. Because you sit up and you let people say, I've done all of this for Kenneka, I've done all of that for Kenneka, but they don't show you no proof. What can they show you? What can they prove? When did they go there? When have they paid a bill in Mama T house? What house have they lost behind this? Why they invested money in Kenneka? All they've done is been takers, leeches, takers, and downright jelly bellies. And lazy, trifling people.
What kind of belly,
Put my weight on this tonight.
Kerensz, what kind
jelly
of belly?
Bellies. Jelly bellies. Trifling, lazy people. And then you're gonna sit up here and jump in the comment section and try to defend somebody on some foolishness. I'll say it again for the slow people. When did you pay a bill in her house? When did you pay a bill on behalf of Kenneka Jenkins? When? Were you there when she was born? Were you providing for her the last 19 plus years of her life.
Okay. Mm-mm.
Oh,
It just amazes me.
yeah, yeah. And Fly, you right. It is crazy. And that girl, you right. And for the people who want to jump on and defend like they using real forensics, by far it makes me sick. I'll say it again because people didn't get it. Maybe some people didn't get it a few years ago. We're using unauthenticated videos to come up here and attempt to show somebody something. Unauthenticated videos. Unauthenticated videos. So you're going to use unauthenticated video to try to prove your point. And then you're going to sit up and edit the unauthenticated video with all this foolishness. Too much sharpening, too much blurring, too much lightening. Sit down somewhere. Like they said in my family, sit down somewhere. You need to sit down somewhere. Yeah. Welcome to the Lion's Den tonight.
Okay. Mm-mm. And then it's just a setup, Kerensz, and always talking about what Mama T should have did, shouldn't have did, could have did, what they would have did, how they would have did it, and all this. Because yeah, we all feel for Kanika, we all love Kanika, but we don't love Kanika like her own mom do. Her own mom, like you said, that she was in her belly for 9 months plus or whatever. And she cried to her mama when she fell and hurt her knee and learned how to ride bicycles and stuff. It was her mama she went through. It wasn't us. Yeah, we love her, but there's no way we can love her like her own mom and her family. And to sit up and then think you do, and then have the audacity to talk SHIT to the mama about her own child, what you say? Sit your tail down. Because I have looked at a lot of videos and Facebook, and I know a lot of people that have been here from day one.
But then had the audacity to sit up and say, "Oh, all she care about is the money." But you just set up and made a bunch of YouTube videos collecting money from people who thought you didn't done something. You have not met with a single attorney.
And then on top of that, they monetize their videos. So if you monetizing your videos on a justice cause, if you eating or something like that, that's your business. But instead of monetize your channel over something as drastic as this, that's just I just don't see that. That's very unacceptable to me, very. And then instead of tell a lie to make people come and watch you, charge money for people to come and see something. It just don't make no sense. It really don't. It don't make no sense. Mm-mm.
That's called being lazy. That's lazy, that's trifling, and that's a hustler. A lazy, trifling hustler.
You a hustler, a dead girl. Oh, yeah, you have no
foreign from the United States or not. I don't care what color they are.
Okay. And then a lot of these YouTubers I have found, because I have been a part of believing what they saying and what I'm looking at and this and that, and then you follow them from day one when they come on. And then you find out as they get, they come up, they do things to draw you
Hi,
in.
Deborah or Deborah, how are you?
So you can agree they on the right path, Then as you go on, these people turn.
Right, that girl.
They start blaming the mama and this and that, and you're like, well, this person did a whole 360-degree turn, and then you find out in the end that it's just a setup from jump. It's all a plan of setup, and then they start monetizing. It's just crazy. You can do what you want to do. Anybody trying to be your mama, in Medea's voice, anybody trying to be your mama, do what you want to do. But but it's some things you just don't do. If you got morals and values, just some things you don't do or say. Think about it. What was your family? What would you do? How would you feel?
That's right. That you don't do. You don't do that. But let me
No.
get to the rabbi,
Okay.
okay? Um, to the rabbi who responded that I wanted something.
You have to have a motive.
My motive is to shut the foolishness down and foolish clout chasers that's trying to come along and come up off her name and collect more money in her name. You're right. That's my motive, to shut you down.
Mhm.
And I don't have a problem saying it. It's the reason it's called the Lion's Den. Welcome to the Lion's Den tonight. When you see this now, in the response, it was if she ain't met with a real official, she can't be serious. Excuse me, what in the world is Kim Fox gonna do? 2 years ago, she was Cook County State Attorney like she is today. And if you trying to throw Kim Fox up in my face, you don't want to do that one. Because I'm gonna thump her head on her record.
Okay.
We got a whole bunch of police that need to be in prison. Don't go there with me. That's the wrong street to walk down. That's the wrong street to walk down.
And my thing is with
to walk down.
And my thing is with this rabbi. I never heard of him, never knew him until here recently. And the thing, if you out to help somebody and you can have this big conference and stuff, then why didn't you talk to Teresa Martin? Why didn't you say, well, look, if it was me and I hadn't been, participating in it from day one, look, I know I hadn't been participating and hadn't been a part of it, but I've been thinking about it. I know what's going on and I would like to do this. How do you feel about this and that? But then no, but you actually, and I can't say this because this is not allegedly, you actually said because her mama is not seeking justice for Kanika. And then you want support from the J4K group. The true J4K Jews, you lost that when you talked about Mama T, because we support Mama T to the fullest, all the way to the back, to the fullest. And why would you say that? Why would you not even have a conversation with Kanika's mom or her family before you even schedule this conference? And then you Johnny come lately, and then you want her to join you at the conference, and you already got it scheduled. You hadn't had any conversation with her or anything. And then to make that statement like that, no, that was very unprofessional, foul, and sad. It really was. Really, really was. I don't care how many marches, what you got going on or what, and I'm pretty sure people appreciate whatever you have done for them. But you messed up that time, bro. You need to pray on that. See
And
where
then
you went wrong on that.
to say, oh, Kim Fox, I'm gonna meet with I'm gonna bring Kim Fox. So what? Whoop-de freaky do. So what? So what? Where was she at 2 years ago? If she was gonna put her weight on something, she should have did it 2 years ago. Where's her paperwork? Let me see pencil and paper. Let me see the proofs of her trying to put something on behalf of this case.
She was more interested in prosecuting the gay dude than
Don't even go there, Lee, because we don't even have to go there on her. We can just go right here on her. Where are all the missing ones from Cook County? Where are all the Black boys that the police shot now? Where are their cases at? Where about all the missing girls
women,
and women and men? Don't play with me tonight. How about all the police getting charged like they should be charged in Cook County for these deaths, for these premeditated murders of all these Black kids? Don't bring her up to me. I'm the wrong person.
Exactly.
And like I said, what did the rabbi do for Kanika? What was he doing for Kanika when she was living? What bill has he paid since she's been dead? I'll wait.
Okay.
Now, you think you want to say something to me? Welcome to the Lion's Den tonight.
And then he still hasn't answered the two questions that I asked him. Why now? And had he talked to her mom? Because I mean, if you out here doing things and all, uh, why now? That's just the question. Why you want to do something now? And he might have a legitimate answer for it, but he hasn't answered that question.
And what was his response, Ms. Lee?
When I asked him that, he was apparently I need to research him and see all what he have done, and that Kim Fox actually approached him because he had some kind of banner, and she approached him, and he got to talking to her and this and that. So, but the question that I asked him, they still aren't answered. Period. That's why now, and had he contacted Kanika's mama. Now apparently he hadn't, because this was already scheduled, and he had not talked to her. He made the statement that apparently she didn't want justice for her daughter.
And shout out to the chat tonight. AM then popped in. Hey, how you doing, AM?
Hey,
Vanessa then popped up.
Vanessa.
Fly, Teresa, King Bit.
Hey, King Bit.
Deborah, that girl. Flower Bomb again. That shout out to the people in the bushes. You don't come into this chat with foolishness, because you will get blocked.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote in the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go over it again. I'm going to need to see some proofs on who paid Kanika's bills from all these YouTubers and Facebookers who said that they've done so much for her and they've had sleepless nights. I'm going to need to see you on record having a restraining order approved from a judge against your persons, like it was for Teresa Martin on behalf of Kanika. Your name is not on there nowhere. Your name ain't on there. Let me use my best for you tonight. Your name ain't on there, period.
Okay.
Nor can you get any access to any information pertaining to the case.
Okay.
Period.
Then lie. Mm-hmm.
So now, and then for the wishy-washy people, don't be double-minded. You either for justice or you not. You're not for Mama T one day and against her the next. You double-minded. That means you're unstable.
Mm-hmm. And then much of these people dig and on Facebook and all them people lives and stuff. If you really was digging and looking for the right things, you would find the right answers to everything. It would be no question of is Mama T Kanika's mama, is Lenora Kanika's daughter. The much as you dig and stuff and be all in, anything you want is right there, because you're not looking for it. You're not looking for the right stuff, you're looking for the wrong
All
thing.
right. Vanessa, this is where I go right here. You just hope Teresa don't let this fly over her and not get justice for her daughter.
See, there we go.
Let me make something real clear. Jeffrey Feiger is from the state of Michigan, licensed to practice in Illinois. Let me make that real clear and plain.
And let me say this too. Mom T is not.
Don't be double-minded. You either for or you against her.
Mom T ain't letting nothing fly over her head.
The double talk don't work over here. You either for her or you against her.
She ain't letting nothing fly. What she letting fly over her head is BS. That's what she letting fly over her head. That's what she letting fly over her head. How can you even say some stuff like that when that's that woman's daughter? See, that's what we're talking about on this live. And I'm not being funny and I'm not being messy, but this is the exact kind of stuff that we're talking about. the negativity that comes, and you have a right to think and say what you want to say. I'm not saying that. But what we're saying is this. That's that woman's daughter. How the hell you think she gonna let some negativity go over her head? If it was your daughter with you, and I already know Vanessa. Vanessa she don't know if she's for Mama T or not. I mean, you done had plenty of conversations before and chats and everything else. And
I can't speak on what she is and what she's not, because I haven't had them personally with her, but I can say this. You know where I stand. Period. Period. Period.
Because another thing too, people always want to say that Mama T is in the game, her family's in the game, and this and that. So if that's the case, if we go by the theories that these people have put out, so she ain't gonna let nothing fly over her head, because it's either gonna be street justice or it's gonna be in the system, one or the other. So ain't nothing flying nowhere. Simple.
I'm not going off the people theory, because the people theories half of these theories never made any sense.
No,
could somebody show me where's the Granny green screen money? Okay, they ran that. Then they ran all this other foolishness, trying to be at the grave sites and stupid stuff like that. If they don't quit with this dumb stuff, all the while other people with they slow belly behind sitting up and giving these people money, they getting the socks fleeced off them. Hey Brenda, how you doing? Then these same people gonna sit up and try to question Teresa Martin suing the company, an organization where her child was found dead in a freezer where she had never been. She just happened to, by osmosis, got in there. But you want YouTube money all day. But you want somebody to give to you all day. And it's not even your child. And then you're gonna say she don't need no money. All she concerned about is money.
But they're making money off somebody's
property, and what you gonna want? The money.
Okay.
Because why? It was their property, so they're gonna be what? Held liable.
And responsible.
But these people not just only held liable, they were negligent. Okay. Because it shouldn't have happened.
That's right.
Cameras all on the inside. Motion sensors. Please. And then you want to sit up and say, she wanted that money, and you didn't came up here and fleece the socks off people. For what? Money. Wasn't even your child. Now you tell me who out here running game. You tell me who out here really care about Kanika, her mama or these hustlers.
Okay.
Because she ain't out here hustling nobody for no money.
No, she's not. And she never has.
People hustling in the name of GoFundMe on Kanika's name. So how about we do a forensic audit on where all those monies went to that you collected on Kanika's name?
Okay. And if you didn't collect money, what about the clout? If they didn't collect money, what about the clout that they think they got? The clout. That's worse than the money to me, because it just don't make no sense. It just don't. And then when they start getting this clout, then that's when they get this attitude and have the nerve to tell somebody that they love Kanika more than her mama love her, and they doing this and that, and her mama's not doing that, but they doing that because they love her and this and that. What'd you say? Go sit down. Go sit down. You might love her. I'm not saying that. You might, and I'm pretty sure you do.
I'll say this, Vanessa. Mama Teresa has attorneys, a team of them. A team of them. And some of these people never met her, so how could they love her? I'm gonna question that too. everything's under scrutiny tonight. You never even met her, you never knew her, but you want to talk about this love you had for her? How? You didn't even know her. No, what happened is over time, you may have begin to have a heart of compassion for her, but you didn't know her to love her. So miss me with that foolishness too. Miss me with that foolishness too. I'm gonna have to say it like my daddy said tonight. One thing I don't do is stupid under no uncertain terms. You're right, Teresa. Miss Martin doesn't know anybody, anything.
She don't. She really don't. And people actually say, well, you owe us, she owe us this. She ain't telling us nothing. She can't do it. And like Kerensz said, the woman had a gag order. She couldn't talk. And then she said it herself, and then when she do say something, then you want to take it and turn it and twist it the way you want to.
Excuse me, these people are not litigating on her behalf or behalf of the case, because they will have blown the case for the way they're running their mouths like motors.
These people are not lawyers. They ain't litigating nothing. You may come up with some videos or something like that. It's nothing that they can take to court. Nothing. Nothing. They're not hired by Mama Teresa to bring any kind of evidence to no court. She has her lawyer.
Okay, Vanessa, you speaking of what you're hearing and reading. I understand that it's a lot of foolishness out there. And there's a lot of people out there speaking who are not in direct contact with her family. And they would sit up here and lie and say, oh, I talked to her. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. The wannabes, you want to be representing somebody. But you getting side door money, back door money, front door money. Miss me with that foolishness. And then people showing up. I gotta go here tonight too. I showed up to protest on behalf of her, but I need you to fund me to come. I need you to sponsor this, sponsor that, sponsor that, but you was showing up. No, sponsor your own way. Handle your own business. Take care of your own stuff. Now, the only thing that the money should have been used for is for people being arrested and accosted, to bond and bail them out. The rest of that foolishness, like I said, let's start doing some forensic audits on YouTubers, Facebookers, and everybody else who's jumped up here and claimed they was for justice. Let's start doing a forensic audit on your finances and going through your business and your stuff for real. Yes, Soup Bone, I did see the live, like right after she posted it. And matter of fact, I was in there running hearts, so I can't really say right after she posted. I was in there running hearts and showing my love, and some crying faces, because she should not have to come out and address foolishness from YouTubers and Facebookers who have never been in the state, for one, has not went down to do anything on her behalf, for two, and are not going to be in the court litigating this case. Four, that was not their job. Five, they haven't had a sleepless night over this case.
Now, don't get me wrong, in people's defense of watching, because I watch YouTubers. It's certain ones I watch, and And I know that the videos, when they collected those videos, they not artistic and they not wasn't collected right. I know that. But in defense of people, we want it really people want to know what happened to Kanika. What happened? That's just what happened. And you watch these videos and you agree with people, you theorize and stuff like that. That's okay. That's okay because you watch the video and you theorizing with you or whoever you watch the video with, or even that person, that YouTuber that's doing the video. But then anything outside the box, when you go start trying to blame the mama or talk about the mama, what she should have did or what she should, no, we don't do that because at the end of the day, we don't know how she felt because I've never lost my daughter. I have one. I haven't lost a daughter. Um, I can't say how she should feel because I hadn't had that feeling. I knew it would be sad and devastating, but in real time it hasn't happened to me. In real time it has happened to her and her family, not us.
She did exactly what she should have did, which is why she had a restraining order. She ran up in there and was going to tear sucker down, and
That's
rightly
right.
so.
That's
She
right.
said, "I'm not leaving. Show me to the freezer area." Okay, how you say she died? Show me back there. Let me see. That was wisdom. That's called mother wit. And then she ran in there and was like, "Oh, it's camera." Lenore was like, "It's camera up there." "Oh, it's cameras in here." "Oh, it's cameras in here." Well, then where's the video footage of her walking in there? And then a host of newspapers and articles came out and said, "Oh, the hotel said there is no video footage of her walking into the freezer." Okay, well, how'd she get in there then?
That's
You
right.
expect for people to believe their word?
Okay.
But cameras everywhere. You got motion detectors that trigger alarms when somebody walk in the atmosphere.
And then, like me and Kerensz was talking earlier today, you gotta realize this is is it a 4-star, 5-star hotel, and it's right by the airport, and it's in a predominantly white area that got their ways, according to Kerensz. I ain't never been there. I hadn't been there, but Kerensz has. And from the conversation that me and her had, that they got their own ways. So you think that a 5-star hotel gonna let all these little black kids come up in their hotel and have a party, and they not watching everything that they do? Everything that they do, they smoking weed. They telling them how to smoke weed, to put the towels under the door, to take the smoke detectors down. The security guard admitted that in his police report. Okay, they let them smoke weed first of all, and then okay, you watching everything they do, but you don't know what happened to Kanisha. Okay, what'd you say? What'd you say your daddy used to say? Sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. That's like if we go into Neiman Marcus or Gucci store, a whole bunch of it ain't gotta be a whole bunch. 2 people go in there. They're gonna watch us and follow us and watch everything that we do. And you think they didn't watch those kids at that hotel and know everything that was going on? Okay. And if they wasn't watching and watching the videos and doing their security work, that's how come they negligent. That's how come they getting their butt sued. Because they should have been watching it if they wasn't.
I'll say this. When I was there on the ground, it's the reason I walked the perimeter, because I wanted people to see the layout. So when you have time, you can go back to those videos when I was doing the lives and I was saying, okay, the hotel is positioned this way. I wanted you to see the distance. I wanted you to get a assessment of the layout of the land, of the lay of the land. I was walking, camera here, there, cameras all on the outside. Rolled up in the little community. Wanted you to see how the communities were. Okay. Wanted you to know what type of area you were in. Okay. The hotel is right there. One of the major hotels, they all side by side. The major airport, excuse me, is right there. It's right there in walking distance. You can walk to the airport from the hotel. So do not sit up there and tell me that Did nobody see nothing and don't nobody know nothing? No, it happened on Crown Plaza property. They know who did it. And they did not want all of the attention because they wanted to stop losing money. And they did tell protesters, we're going to need y'all to stop protesting because y'all costing us money.
That's right. Came out of their own mouth. They said it. You didn't
So
say
to
it,
them,
they
if
said
it
it.
don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Mm-hmm. And then now that you said that Tucker's is by the airport, you know, since 9/11, it's strictly it's more secure than ever been in his life on that airport. So anything from that airport on down to whenever, like you say, it's cameras everywhere. There's no way that they don't know what happened to Kanika. They know what happened to her. They know what happened. They know. You know. But what they didn't know was that Kanika had a family that cared about her. That when Mama T finally found out that her daughter was missing, even though she just had surgery, had her breast removed, she just had surgery. You know, she was still under the anesthesiologist, the stuff, anything that put her to sleep or whatever. She got up and she went to see about her baby. She was on it. She was on it too quick because this is just my opinion, and like opinions, everybody got one. But if Mama T hadn't have been on it that fast, I think Kanika would just been another missing girl somewhere. We wouldn't, you know, they would have never found her body or nothing. She's just been another missing girl in the city of Chicago. Just another missing girl. But Mama T and her family was on it. They did not leave. And the only reason that the police finally did come to the hotel after they reported her missing is because they pulled the fire alarm. That's when they came.
Okay. And that girl, I agree, 100%. And Flower Bomb, you're right. You always wonder, and they do. Where's the video footage? Not just from the DoubleTree. Where's the video footage from the cameras on the inside of those stoplights? Where's the video
Yeah,
footage from the paytolls that's
yeah,
out in
yeah,
Illinois?
yeah. Mm-hmm,
Where's the video footage from the theater across the street? Because there's
mm-hmm,
cameras everywhere.
mm-hmm. And if anybody watch
It's,
ID
it's
like I
cameras
do,
everywhere in the state of Illinois, especially
yeah,
in Rosemont Village,
yep,
the village of
yep,
Rosemont.
everywhere.
Okay, everywhere. Oh, Vanessa, you were saying in the video yesterday she was frustrated because you have silly Facebook and silly YouTubers who want to always come with some foolishness. She has a right to be frustrated. She said what I would have done a long time ago, which was turned around and sued the heck out of everybody. The first time you posted a video on my child, I would have sued you right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
Your tail would have been, your backside would have been in court with me. Don't post no foolishness on my child's name. Don't post no foolishness on my name. Do not sit up on third-party websites and tell libels on me. A long time ago, she's been very nice.
Yes, she
Very
has.
nice.
And yeah,
All
she
these YouTubers
frustrated.
that lied would have been up in court
Mm-hmm.
right with the Facebookers.
Yep. And anybody else that had something to say that was
Yeah,
slick
the
and
attorney's
was
still
out
holding
the
it down.
way.
They represent. She gonna say what she gonna say, and she
Of
got
course,
some attorneys that's backing her too.
she frustrated and she fed up. That's what it is. Frustrated and fed up. That's what it is. I would be too. Who wouldn't be frustrated? Because I'm gonna tell you, I think Mama T real nice. Because I'm gonna tell you, if it was me, I'd have
She
been to cuss
very
y'all out.
nice.
I'd have been to cuss you out. Been to cuss you out. Don't care.
No, honestly, I wouldn't have cussed them out. I would have been and
No,
had them
I'm
in
telling
court.
you,
Been and had them in
I
court.
I'd have cussed them like a soldier. I'm telling you that, like a soldier in the Navy. I'd have got that tail. Sure would. I just not stop cussing. You know it. Thanks to
Yes,
you.
and for the people that saying Mama T is strong, she's very strong. She's
Mm-hmm.
very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Lee.
If you go and watch the video when Mama T first went to the hotel, you'll see how timid she was. How she was very timid. She was scared. She was very polite to them people, even though her daughter was mixed. She knew, cause she knew how. Well, if y'all watched the live, you know what she said. She knew how she had to be. She knew how she had to be. She knew the demeanor she had to have. She didn't get no help then. But can you imagine if she went in there as the angry black woman, as they call her, what would happen? Can you imagine? That's what. But see, that's what a lot of these people, YouTubers, uh, participants, or whatever. That's what they wanted her to be. They wanted her to
Vanessa,
be that
you
angry
said you
black
don't,
woman.
let me say something real quick, Miss Lee. Vanessa, you say you're not getting money. You don't have a YouTube channel. Okay, fine. Fine. If it's not applicable to you, it's not applicable to you. But you either support Mama T or you don't. And if you're questioning the validity of her concern, compassion, and care for her daughter, that's out of order. Because you have not taken care of her. You didn't even know her. That's where I'm at with this. That's where I'm at with this. That's what I'm saying about these YouTubers and these Facebookers. They didn't even know her, but they so concerned about Kanika. They couldn't sleep at night. They didn't lost months and days of sleep. Get on with that foolishness.
And let
Get
me
on
play the
down the road with
devil.
that foolishness.
Let me play the devil advocates on this too, Kerensz. Okay, then I'm pretty sure people saying, okay, y'all so adamant about that we don't know her and this and that. Well, y'all don't know her either. So why are y'all taking up for her so? Because she's a mother that lost her child. That's why. By some people that did it for money. And we are taking up for her because it could have been anybody else's child, or and we just don't want it to happen again. And she's a mother. That's why. Period. No, we don't know her personally, but we're moms.
I'm not going to play the devil's advocate because I don't need to.
Okay.
But I will say this. Nobody acted a fool like this in Casey Anthony's case and Jeanette Bonet case. It's a bunch of cases out there where people did not come in and act a fool. And the public was all up in Casey Anthony's case.
So well, and we know she everybody believed, assumed that she killed her child.
Now, social media was not that fast in Jeanette Bonet's case. But you know, her brother is the one that won a multi-million-dollar lawsuit for the libels that have been told on him.
Mm-hmm. Against CBS, I think it was, wasn't it, Kerensz?
Yeah.
And I mean
Turned around and
millions
sued
of
them.
dollars. Okay, millions and millions and millions of dollars that boy won.
I believe it was CBS, Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, CBS.
First Lady Shelby, common sense is not that common. Some people just need good sense. Some people just need good sense.
A favorite person of mine used to say, pick sense out of nonsense. Try to pick sense out of nonsense. I mean, but for real, what do people, in your opinion, Kerensz, what do you think people expect her to do? What they want her to do, or why are they on her so? I just don't understand it. I really don't, because she is the only reason that we even really knew about it. Because if she had came on live on Facebook, we never would have knew nothing about that. It would have never been in the news. But
some people came in with, if I can, real quick, some people came in with good hearts and pure motives and had never fought for justice. They just knew it didn't look right, didn't seem right, didn't feel right, it didn't lay right with their spirit. Some people always came in with ulterior and negative, nasty motives. It was always about gaining money, getting clout, and blowing up off somebody else's name because that's just their paradigm. They used to it. That's the way they get down. That's their modus operandi. They hustling. They've been hustling. It's not new for them to get in and hustle with a GoFundMe or hustle on a YouTube or hustle in a Facebook group.
Okay. And then too, from my understanding, if you people want to know something about Mama T or something, if you go to, yeah, just ask her. I heard that she was very nice and very approachable.
She is. Ask her. And if she tell you that's not your business, it's not your business. Yes, First Lady, they showed their true colors. Acted a natural born behind. All in the name of justice, making a mockery, attempting to make a mockery out of this case and off of a young Black teenager's death. And people wanted to sit up and say stuff like this happening every day. No,
it don't.
Every day we not finding people in freezers in renowned hotels, five-star hotels. No, we're not. No, we're not.
And if that's
no,
even
we're
like you
not.
said, if that's it right in your spirit that a young girl could go to a big 5-star hotel with cameras everywhere and wind up dead somewhere, and they only find her, how many hours they found her, Kerensz? She laid in that freezer how many hours? The next day they found her. But they got cameras everywhere, but they don't know what happened. If that's it right with some people, then something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. If that's it right with you, something wrong with you.
For hours. We'll never know the truth of that. For hours and hours and hours.
Yep.
The fact that it was cameras everywhere, something should have been wrong. And let me go here for the slow bellies, who always want to sit up and think they know so much and say, did you know it was a camera on the 9th floor that was operable? Did you discover that information, or did the attorney? It was the attorney.
And you know what, Kerensz? It was a lot of people.
It was the attorney.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to piggyback on you on that, Kerensz. It was a lot of people that when this case first went out, they visited that Crown Plaza floor, the 9th floor. They never saw those cameras, but they were there. I want to say, Kerensz, those were the kind maybe you were telling me about, that they there, but you don't know that they are cameras, but they're cameras. So Jeffrey Pfeiffer said there are cameras on the 9th floor and they are operable. But if you remember, Crown Plaza said there wasn't no cameras on the 9th floor. They don't have cameras on the floors for people's privacy. That's what they said. They don't have cameras on the floors for people's privacy. But they do. They got cameras on the 9th floor. He said it. And guess what? You don't want to see that footage.
Right. I'm going to answer this, Vanessa. Will it be a charge for murder? At this point, I can't say, because the police closed the case. The detectives closed the case. At first, they were investigating it as a homicide. And then, unbeknownst to the attorney she had previously, Larry Rogers, they abruptly shut the case and said it was an accident. I want you to keep this in mind. There was no forensics collected from the atmosphere. Actually, the FBI should have came in and they should have let them do it, because Mr. Stevenson sits on the board. He over the police department. They on the board at Rosemont. They own the entire village of Rosemont. So what type of justice was they gonna do? They weren't gonna do their due diligence in an investigation anyway. And the police officers that attempted to, I'm sure, and the detectives, they shut them down.
And Kerensz, would you
They
please
shut them
explain?
down. However, but what is gonna happen is you're gonna find out that somebody on the premises, one of them employees, closed her into that freezer. And that's what I want to get to. The employees, employee shut that freezer on her because it only locks from the outside. And who discovered that? The attorneys. And why is Rosemont trying to get the case thrown out? Because they know they edited that video footage. They know they deleted some video for some kind of how they tampered with evidence before it got to the police hands, and they know they did it.
Mm-hmm. And could you please explain to the people that Jeffrey Fife and them, like you told me, Kerensz, that they are also criminal attorneys?
Yeah, Jeffrey Fife is a criminal attorney, which
So
means
if
he
they
can easily, and a civil attorney, hold on,
Mhm.
and also a civil attorney, so he can easily flip a case. Case started off with you on a civil case, in a civil case, in a civil manner. And then you turn around and you find out the case is leading you down another road. Well, guess what? That's a whole nother case. Now you get to come in and you get to try people on the other case. You get to try the criminals or whoever, whatever, in another arena. See, he doesn't just practice or specialize in one arena or area of law. And the thing about him being a criminal attorney is once they get they trifling behinds up on the stand, he gonna know you're lying. When the hotel employees and staff and everybody else get to come in and explain why and how this happened with all this security they had that night with all the cameras, I can't wait to see their faces.
I swear. You said they were doing motion of discovery now, Kerensz?
They've been doing motions for discovery. That's how they get the information. And then you got to bring your behind in there under oath and give a deposition. So lie if you want to, employees. Lie if you want to. That means you're going to prison time.
Okay.
Powerbomb, I'm going to say what I said from the beginning. Everybody on the premises that was there when she transpired and took her last breath is the suspect, and that includes the police.
That's right. You are a suspect. That's right. Right. Because we all know the footage was edited. We all know that. So why did you edit it? If this was just a simple accident, then why all the BS behind it? If it was just a simple accident, okay, it was just an accident.
Vanessa, I need to concrete proof that they had Kanika on oxygen. I don't need no hearsay. I don't need what a YouTuber thought they heard who have no forensic background in audio.
Well, I tell you what, if they had on oxygen, then they cut it off, and then they are part of this conspiracy, like we say anyway. So if she was on it, they cut it off. Because she did, unfortunately.
And it's not a conspiracy. I don't like a big conspiracy. No, stuff can be proven. No, it's not. That's what attorneys do. They prove it. They prove it.
Because come on now.
Teresa, I don't care what they mention on somebody else's channel. Like I said, they're no forensic experts. And that's another thing I want to hit on tonight, while we're right here. When I'm up here saying things, and when I did my videos on computer forensics, that's my field. Computer forensics, that's my field. When I talked about metadata, I can talk about it because that's my field. When I talked about authentication, I can because that's my field. I'm not just up here spitting out foolishness. trying to run down the road with a theory that I can't prove. So when I hit the ground and I asked the reporters, where's the original hard drive? Did you get a bit-by-bit copy of the original hard drive that's been authenticated? And they said they don't have it. I knew what I was talking about. I'm not trying to go off anybody else spin that they did on their channel. Because that's my field.
And go on, elaborate on that a little more, Kerensz. Tell them about if they didn't collect the footage right from the hotel.
And that's good, that girl. Court
when they
reporting,
get to the
that
court,
means you picking up facts. You hearing stuff that other people don't hear.
Kerensz, elaborate on, is a certain way that footage had to be collected and this and that, it wasn't collected the right way, so it's not what?
Hey, John Q. Authentication, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this.
Yes,
so
when you are retrieving electronic data, and let me look up. When you are retrieving electronic data, you need to have the right tools, hardware tools, the right software tools. You need to make sure you have your static bracelets on, your boots and your shoes are grounded, because it's easy to alter electronic information. It's easy to mess up the information on the inside of an electronic device. You need to make sure you're following the best practices. Also, you need best practices, excuse me. Also, you need to have the cameras to cover your own behind. That means you have your webcams on, your body cams on you. So when it's time for you to get to court, you can verify that you were not altering or messing up the data. Yes, you go in, you block the system. That means you cannot write. You cannot write to the hard drive. You can only copy it, and that those algorithms match bit per bit, because every time you power down an electronic device and boot it back up, a whole different set of algorithms appear. It's never the same set of algorithms. So yes, and it's a way it's supposed to be stored, handled, and maintained. It's a way you collect, handle, and maintain electronic data, so you don't alter the state of it. So like I said, we needed a bit-by-bit copy of the hard drive, the original hard drive, not an image, because some people go in and try to get it, just the image. That's not going to help us. We needed a bit-by-bit copy. Algorithms per algorithm.
So it has to be somebody in the law enforcement to come in and collect that material,
Somebody
right?
in the law enforcement that's trained.
So who collected material and gave it to the police? From
the hotel general manager did, according to what's written.
Okay. So they could put on there, if they didn't have their proper stuff on, like you say, and they don't override the right, they can copy and do whatever they want to do to it if they don't follow the proper procedure by hook or crook, or even just by accident because they don't know what they're doing. Right?
That means you can go in there from a forensics perspective and by accident, right? You can go in there by accident and not correctly retrieve the information, and you been messed up. You can go in there on purpose and mess up.
So in other words, the general manager should have never been allowed to collect any footage for any kind of evidence, for any kind of crime that occurred on their property. They shouldn't even.
What I'm saying is the general manager in this case should not have. First of all, it's a conflict of interest.
Right.
That's right. Number one. Number two, in a high profile case like this, what in your right mind would make you think that if the hotel that's going to be held liable would turn over anything with integrity to you?
Well, that's right. They're going to get them in trouble.
When they're going to be held liable and they're going to get sued?
Okay.
Why would you trust them to hand anything over to you?
That's right.
anything. You couldn't give me nothing. You couldn't have gave
And
me nothing.
nothing. And if I'm not mistaken, they didn't give him all what he needed because he had to call back over there or something and ask for some more footage or something. So why didn't you go collect it yourself? None of this, all this
Nothing.
could have been avoided. All this could have been avoided if you did what you're supposed to do yourself. And I'm talking about the police officer.
He had to go back once he discovered it was motion detectors in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And no, it was not explained, John Q. They never explained that. They never explained that.
Hmm.
The cerebral edema. They never explained it. But I want to go here too. Just like in Kendrick Johnson case, one of the #1 forensic video analysts in the world here in the US said, excuse me, I don't have an authentic copy of this video. Okay? I wasn't there to collect it, information and retrieve it. It would have been nice if I could have been there. You just giving me a copy of a copy of a copy. And what happens is the integrity of the electronic information changes going from this one to that one to this one to that one. That's why I always say, where is the video in its native form, its native format, in its native Kodak when it was being captured? Don't show me anything after the fact. That's what going in and right blocking the system and authenticating electronic information is about. To show and prove that you are not altering, deleting, or modifying any of the electronic evidence, that you're handling it with care.
I ain't never heard of nobody collecting their own evidence. I ain't never heard of that. It might have happened. I ain't never heard of that. You can. I have never heard.
Yes, they can do that. However, in this case, they should not have done that. Conflict of interest.
But the thing of it is, just imagine if that shows us right now why they did what they did, because they would have to shut down. If they take all the computers and everything, they had to take all the computers, all the whatever that the hotel have, electronic devices. The hotel had to go get new devices, set it up, do this and that. They didn't want to do all that. They didn't. Then they would lose money because they couldn't book nobody for their rooms because their computer's gone. It was too much for them. It was too much of a hassle for them. That's exactly what it was. And they made them lose money. So that's why they did it. That's the only answer I see. And they took advantage of her in the process.
Vanessa, and I'm gonna start answering some of these. Vanessa, I see the comments. Vanessa, the police know about metadata. You can go back through their documents and see when they submitted warrants to Facebook for duty to preserve. The detective did, excuse me. When he did that, when he started off doing all of that, but he didn't do it for Rosemont. That video footage from that live stream, all of that is accurate, but he dropped the ball. Okay. Now, and Mr. Fiker and the attorneys that are also litigating this, if you were paying attention when they did the live conference, he said he wanted all of the video footage for a reason. Because high-profile attorneys like that have computer forensics experts come in and make you look stupid when you get in court on situations like this. And that girl, because the files would have been too large, the file would have been too large when you start dealing with uh, bits of data, petabit, megabit, gigs, it would be too large for them to put on there like that. So from that aspect, okay, the police, whatever. However, what I'm saying is even before it hit the police hands, it was altered before they even got it, which means the night the incident occurred, they should have had a warrant to go in and retrieve everything and collect everything off that property. An all-inclusive warrant to go in and take everything, which would have included the hard drive from the surveillance systems, which would have included every electronic. I would have shut that baby down like they did number 45's formal tax attorney. You shut it down and you take everything up out of there. Computers, screens, all of it.
They didn't want to do that though. They didn't want to do that.
That's what you get the warrant to do. You go in and you take everything. Screens off the wall, you take everything, you take all of it. But you block the system and you get a bit by bit copy before you start powering stuff down.
Okay, so now my next question is, well, why didn't their public safety department do that then? Why didn't they follow proper police procedures? They had no, they didn't follow no proper police procedures. They had no protective covers on their feet. They didn't do fingerprints. They didn't do none of that. None. So the Rosemont they delivered the hard drives, but in my opinion, the police let them. They let them collected it. They let them did that. They let them got away with all that stuff. They didn't go in there and get warrants and shut it down and do what they supposed to do. And because, like you say, it's all owned by one big family. It was all about money, and they wasn't gonna do that. They wasn't gonna do that. Mm-mm. So it wasn't.
One big family.
Yeah, one big family.
Why would they go in and then have to face their boss at work?
Exactly.
But I wouldn't have cared. Not for integrity. I would have said, you can kick rocks. I'm gonna do my job. Kick rocks with it. They got infighting going on anyway. But oh well, that's what they get. Flower bomb, we will see. Once the court case gets litigated in court, we will see. We will see if that's indeed what it is pertaining to her being filed. We'll see. Vanessa, it was no need for them to subpoena Vivotech. You know why? Because the monitoring of the cameras were on site. Vivotech was not monitoring this site. It would have been off site if they paid Vivotech to monitor. It was on site. It was on site. It was off site. Rosemont was doing their own monitoring. That's why they had remote access to all them cameras and went in there and started disabling stuff. It's just a bunch of foolishness going on to me. A bunch of foolishness. But Vivotech is not who they're subpoenaing to the court. The security company, the kitchen, the hotel staff, and one more person, one more group. They all got subpoenaed. The same people they should have asked that night. The employees who should have been questioned that night.
Yeah. And one woman
make them come back and answer the questions the police should have asked them that night. Sure.
You remember one woman came up and said that they had her son in a footage and he wasn't even working that night. That came out in the very beginning. She said that. So we know we know what they did, and they know what they did. And whatever they did it. Mama T didn't do it. Her family didn't do it. They are responsible for whatever happened to Kanika on their property, period. Period. They're responsible. And they know what happened to her. Because like Kerensz said, they got cameras everywhere. They know what happened to her.
I'm reading the chat, y'all, all the way live tonight, as usual. They know. They know.
Yeah,
They know. They know exactly what happened.
Yeah, they know.
Then they
exactly
came out and spun a false narrative and got people all confused in the brain.
And I'm gonna tell you this.
Talking heads.
And I'm gonna tell you this. The reason
spinning stories, telling lies.
And the last story that I read that they spun, it was in answer to when this lawsuit, when Jeffrey Pfeiffer took over this lawsuit, and their response to it was the exact response. I read it myself. The gangs killed Kanika, and they got away before the police came. So if you say what so you watched it and you let it happen? You watched it and you let it happen? So you show no responsible now. So if that's
a
what
lie.
You're saying, that's what
that's a lie.
Yeah,
they don't need to try to tell that one.
Yeah, but okay, it still don't hold them. It still make them look bad when they said that because okay, you said gangs killed her. You watched them. You let it happen. You watched them kill her.
That's a lie.
And then you let them get away before the police got there. So you're an accessory. You're an accessory to it because you watched it. Either way, you still responsible.
They got too many cameras everywhere. That's a lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's just a bald-faced lie.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this up real quick. See, because I said I wasn't going to show this tonight, but I got to show it. Because recently in the village of Rosemont, there was a stabbing that had taken place at just a gas station. And I need to prove to people that when I say there's cameras everywhere, it's cameras everywhere. And you would have to go and see the layout of the land. And then you can just walk down the street and start pointing out all the cameras that's on the outside. And then surely, if I ever step my foot on the inside of that hotel, I would surely point out every camera in there, even the specialty cameras, because I used to work for ADT Security in the 90s. So I know different types of cameras. I can look where people would think it was a common light and tell you, oh, it's a camera up there. Oh, that's a camera. Oh, this is a camera. It doesn't look like a camera, but it is a camera. I could tell you that if I ever got on the inside of there. When I was walking down the street in the village of Rosemont, I was saying, there's a camera, there's a camera, that's a camera, and we on the outside. Rosemont is about that money. Let me pull this up.
And it's family-owned money. Family-owned money. Well, that family got a generational curse on too, on them. And it just ain't no telling what all kind of stuff can happen in Rosemont. It's just no telling that we don't know about.
Let's see. No, it's not that one. It's recent. You just have to go and see. You have to go and sense the atmosphere. Different atmospheres feel different. You can tell when the atmosphere is feeling not right. It's just off. It feels heavy, kind of demonic, or kind of just, people like to say eerie, but you know, it just feels off. Especially when you step in front of that hotel. It's here it is. Okay. Why are these extra screens just showing up? It's the way that this is laid out on. Oh, here it is. Yeah, let me do a screen share on this. Authorities, 2 fights occurred before stabbing in Rosemont, and this was September the 3rd in the village of Rosemont. And this was outside, and I want you to see the video images that they got of his face. No, it was it September 4th? Maybe it happened. Let me pull this up. And that's from the cameras inside the village of Rosemont on the outside. Okay, this is loading in the background. This needs to hurry up and load. Okay. This is what happens when, right here. Okay, this is not the one. This is, they just showing him walking. Okay. Let me show this. Here we go. So here we have this cat right here. Okay, he's the one that recently stabbed somebody in the village of Rosemont. He's on the outside. This is video being captured from the outside. These are the still shots. That's all video is, a bunch of still shots. Okay. All right, this is just one of them. It is other ones where he's running. He has, it looks like he has something in his hand. And so you can pull this up. Rosemont police investigate stabbing. And they're able to get a clear from the camera. You see a clear face. You see clear.
I mean, a crystal clear image.
And it gets even clearer than it. You can see this as clear as day. And this is on the outside where they had cameras. Now, you know, on the inside of the hotel, inside of the hotel. This is in the village of Rosemont on the outside.
I mean, it's crystal clear. I mean, like, crystal clear.
Every image you see gonna be crystal clear that they picked up from the cameras.
But every image that we see of Kanika when she's walking the hall or getting off the elevator, her face is blurred, or I never saw a clear picture of her face.
On the outside, I'll say it again, on the outside. I have to say it again, from the cameras on the outside in the village of Rosemont.
Crystal clear.
I think it was at the gas station or a store. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to read through the article to see. And you mean to tell me on the inside of the hotel, you just happen not to have the video footage that should have captured her, quote unquote, going into a freezer that you, quote unquote, said she walked into and just, quote unquote, happened to die mysteriously. You don't have nothing clear. Nothing.
But she died.
Cameras on the outside in Rosemont Village. You gonna tell me you got better cameras on the outside than you do on the inside? Miss me with that foolishness.
And then that's another thing. She died mysteriously, accidental death, but she got her teeth knocked out. But she accidentally walked in the freezer and locked herself in and died from hypothermia or whatever they call it. But your teeth knocked out. And you got bite marks on your breast.
They said hypothermia. But see, those lesions that were on the inside of her skin don't just come from people freezing to death. The specific type of lesion she had on the inside of her skin, it also comes from extreme heat. So that should have been further investigated.
I don't even think that freezer was ever on, Carissa, because when in the beginning of the case, if the freezer on, the lights was off. The lights was off because they went in there with flashlights. You can clearly see them going in there with flashlights, and
I'm not even going to speculate on that. I'm just going to say, excuse me if you don't mind, the food and beverage manager acted like he had an epiphany, and the police had already been in that area, and all of a sudden he had an epiphany, and he just ran straight to the body. Come on now, that's foolish.
Go straight to it.
That's
go straight to it. And then why he go the long way around? Why
and
he go
keep
the
in
long
mind,
way
the
around?
food and beverage manager also operated as security too.
Yeah.
Double duty, dual duty.
But he didn't even know what the temperature of the freezers was supposed to be set on. The proper temperature of the freezers. He didn't know that. He didn't know that.
Now, but he the food and beverage manager. Okay, let's talk about remote access. Okay, so let me blow this back up. Okay, so everybody know that you can be anywhere in the world and you can have remote access to your electronic devices from anywhere in the world, to your refrigerator now, because we're talking about the Internet of Things. Your refrigerator can be online, your washing machine can be online, your dryer can be online. Quite naturally, your cameras are online and you can access them remotely from any other location. That's what I said about the hotel, the upper management and hotel security and the like. They had remote access to the cameras on the atmosphere. That's just the standard. So my theory was, you're disabling cameras. Oh, okay, you get in the kitchen and you got 5+ cameras inoperable. All of a sudden they're inoperable. They didn't capture that. Then Mama T has never changed her story when she said it was a camera right there, but and they said, look up there, you saw them looking. She's not telling a lie.
No.
And then you want to try to make it seem like that she just telling a lie. She don't know what she's talking about.
Need to be on Rosemont and Rosemont head like that instead of being on Mama T head. Need to be on Rosemont head like that.
No, they don't want to be, because they don't want to. That's right. Mama T wasn't lying. Her story has never changed. It stayed the same.
Why you want to pull apart and pull apart everything Mama T said? You need to pick apart everything them folks said over there that had $1 in their freezer on their property. That's what you need to pick apart.
First lady, I got a snicker at this, right? No ice in the freezer that was supposed to be real cold, but they said they defrosted it. And
what a water at these.
Teresa, like you said, when the detective asked him, was this your first time seeing a dead body? And he said, yeah, but he didn't run up out of there like Mama T ran up out of that hotel. When she found out Kanika was dead, she didn't even see her yet. They just told her daughter was dead. She ran up out of there. This was his first time seeing a dead body. Yes. But he walked so cavalierly out of where she was at.
And then he lied.
Most people would have ran.
Yeah. And he lied. He told the police he thought he was behind him. He know that police officer wasn't behind him.
The police knew he was lying. The detective knew he was lying. Now I would have told him to his face. I would have told him to his face, do not insult my intelligence by lying to my face, especially if I'm a detective. Do not insult my intelligence here tonight by lying to my face. That's the wrong thing to do.
Well, maybe he wasn't lying about seeing a dead body. Maybe he had already knew. Apparently, he already knew where Kanika was in the freezer. So maybe he wasn't lying. Maybe he saw her before we even knew he saw her.
No, he lied. He said that was his first time seeing a dead body.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Maybe He's he
No,
only
because that
said the
means
first
he would have
time.
saw her twice.
Right, right,
No.
right. But that's why he wasn't. What I'm saying is that's how come he
Listen to
wasn't
what the
running out of
detectives
there.
asked. Was this your first time?
Mm-hmm. And why would they ask him that
No way
too?
you can misconstrue that.
That's right. Why would he even ask him? He must have been acting off. And they have seen a lot of people who have seen dead bodies before, and something about him was off. Because why would they ask him that?
Because they believe he was lying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They believe the hotel was lying.
Mm-hmm. I believe, Kerensz, like you, when they first started that investigation, they were doing it right until they got the call or whatever, and it was over.
John Q, what I have to say about the ladies who conducted the autopsy is this. One only had, during that time, only had a year of experience. Why was she even there to do anything? To do what? What is she examining? One of them that was there. Now the other one had more years of experience, but one only had, in Cook County has a history of doing botched up autopsies anyway. So what? What? I mean, right, that girl, he did. And then they tried to frost the window that you can see clear through. Tried to block that out in the video. So nobody see through there. We know you can see straight through those windows. This, it's just, mm, because apparently maybe they didn't want you to see the people that was in there with her. And they're not going to tell me she was in there by herself, because that's a lie too.
In that freezer by herself?
In the period by herself. They're not going to tell me that, because that's a lie too.
Well, Jeffrey said that. Remember, he said that she encountered how many? At least 3 employees that some kind of way
He said he encountered infinitely many employees all day throughout the entire atmosphere that should have seen her.
Okay. Now. Okay. So that means he's seen some footage then, right, Kerensz? Okay.
And they need to answer this key question for me, and maybe they will answer it in court. On their video footage that they presented to the public, you see Kanika, quote unquote, walking around in the kitchen. Where's the video that captured her entering the kitchen from the outside? We only see what happened on the inside. There's cameras everywhere. Do not tell me you don't have it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do that. And once she got inside, there were several of cameras that captured her in the atmosphere, and the security, upper staff or whatever should have went in there and moved her out of that area. So this just don't make no sense, because it's senseless and they lying.
Period.
These dots don't connect. This puzzle don't fit. And they came out here and tried to sell this mess of foolishness to people. Stuff just mysteriously happened.
And then on top of that, Kerensz, she is immaculate. Her hair is straight and bone straight. Hair bone straight. She's clean. How does she go from when we see her walking into the kitchen, not walking into the freezer, walking into the freezer area? Her hair is bone straight. She is clean, no dirt on her. She has socks and shoes on. But then the next time we see her, her hair is a mess and she's filthy. So where is that footage to show how she gets from walking in the freezer clean as a whistle, hair on point, and then when next time we see her, she's dirty and hair all over her head? That don't make no sense either. That don't make no sense.
Well, according to people who've been actually in the state of Illinois and that lives there, and that were there the night the incident occurred. They said Mama T said her hair had been washed and that was soap scum. They washed her hair. They washed her hair. That was soap scum. That's what she said. That's what they said. She washed her hair. So you washing it, you tampering with evidence.
So what was in her hair that you had to wash out?
Apparently, according to her, it was soap scum. I don't know what was in her hair that they had to wash.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll find that out in court, hopefully.
Why would you even do that?
Hair?
Yeah, and they cut
to tamper with evidence. To tamper with evidence.
I don't even understand why her hair was cut. Hair was laying in the freezer.
And it was cut. Mama T said they cut it.
I don't even understand why it was cut. Why would you cut her hair? For what reason? You cut hair to collect evidence. You don't cut hair to hide evidence. You cut hair to collect evidence. And she still hadn't got her clothes back. The hair that was in her head, none of that. Mama T said that herself.
And I have to go back to this too. The same day this incident occurred, they closed the pool down because they said it was feces in the pool. So they shut it down and did all that. Could nobody get into that? See, it's just it was too much stuff going on that night. Too much stuff going on. Too much stuff going on. Too much stuff going on.
And if you'll notice, Kerensz, on one of those footages, when that guy went back there, he acted like he heard something or saw something, and then all of a sudden he got the call to come clean the pool because there was feces in it.
It's just.
They 2 + 2 just don't equal to 4. It don't. It don't equal to 4.
Vanessa, yes, they're going to court. If you're keeping up with the case, if you can log on to it, you can view it as much as they will let you view, because they're not going to let you see the motions for discovery and what they're going to present in court, like the exhibits. They're not going to allow you to see that. But you can go on Cook County, look under Law Division, put in L, put the date, which is 2018, and put the case number, which should be 013-273. I should know that by heart because I always look at it.
And so, the next court date is in November.
Yeah, you can go in and you can politely look up. You can see entities doing motions for discovery. You can see subpoenas. You can go and you can look at all of that. You can see who's doing what and get just a little gist. Teresa, I want to hear how she came up dead. That's what they need to explain to me. How did she walk into a quote unquote 5 or 4-star hotel that she had never been in before, end up in a freezer of that hotel dead? That's unexplained. Explain that to me. With cameras. And then you put video footage out, and on the 9th floor is cameras, but we don't see any video footage from the 9th floor where the party allegedly occurred. Explain that too. Releasing some video footage to the public. Teresa, there's always audio being captured in the atmosphere. There's always audio when video footage is being captured in the atmosphere. Always. Oh, yes, Vanessa, you can. I'll put it in again. You know, you look under law. You look under 2018. 2018, when they asked for the year, and the case number is this. Make sure I got that. That should be the right case number. 273. I think this is it. Let me look on here and see really quick. As a matter of fact, I can do it right now.
Might as well, Karenza.
And I am using Zoom. Oh, wow. Okay, my university is join us to learn about denial of service attacks and the FBI. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna look this up and then I'll do a screen share. So I wish AT&T would not have downgraded my bandwidth on their own. They came out to fix my internet being down. This ain't what I was trying to pull up. What are they talking about? Oh. This is, they did. I'm gonna tell them you can take that right on back up. You can take those gigs right on back up. This is foolishness. This is foolishness. Shucks. Just doing stuff. Because they sending out people who gonna do what they think they need to do to get the internet. Okay. So Teresa, you look under law. You can search by case number, years 2018. Division code is L. Let me do a capital L. Case number is 013273. I feel like I'm missing a letter. It feels like nope, I'm not. That's it. That's right. Okay. Yep. Nope. That's, yeah, this is it. I was getting ready to say, who cares is it? Yeah, here it is. All right. So here we go. All right. Okay, so here it is. This is the case. And I hope I'm not making anybody too dizzy because I am strolling all the way down. Strolling all the way down. Let me stroll back. Let me go real quick. I got to go right here real quick. Because Capitol Security gonna file a motion to strike or withdraw complaint and amend complaint or portion thereof. They own some foolishness. Okay, just answer the question. Right here, participant Teresa Martin. So you know that's her attorneys doing the motions for discovery like they should, so they can get some real answers. So we can get some real answers. Affirmative defense filed. Yes, that means Rosemont, you have come out and you have affirmed that you can concretely verify and prove whatever you wrote in there. And I can't wait to see this. I cannot wait to see that.
Explain that again, Kerensz. I didn't get that now. I didn't understand what you're saying. Now what?
When I say, can you're affirming the answers that you filed. When they had to answer the motion for discovery. So now they're affirming their answers. I want to hear it. I want to see that, what they affirm.
What they mean, so they are saying that what they saying is true? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see them prove it. Come on up in there and prove it. But let's go down, Teresa. We'll go down right here. Right here. Oh, deposition. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get to it. Let's get it. Let's get it right here.
Okay.
9/6/2019. The date 9/2017. Taking of depositions. Here we go. That's right. Bring your behind in here. Put some writing under oath. Write this down under oath. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if you're gonna tell the truth. Now it's getting good. Let's see if you're gonna lie under oath. Because if you lie under oath, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You get to go to prison. Yeah. So, here it is again. Capitol Security, strike or withdraw complaint, amend complaint or portion thereof. They want to strike, withdraw the complaint, or they want to amend a portion thereof, that where they're submitting their answers from the motion for discovery. And why you doing all these depositions, you put it down on paper in writing under oath, which means if you lied in writing under oath, you get to go to prison. You need to do some prison or jail time.
Somebody ought to be sweating right around now in the collar.
Oh yeah, because the attorney's been on Capitol. They've been on the security's head. Capitol Security all up into they picking them, they plucking their feathers one by one. They going between them and Rosemont and everybody. They plucking their feathers one by one. They plucking them one by one. That's right. Pluck the feathers before we get to court and get these answers. The cops should have, and detectives should have asked that night. But okay, now we get to get it in writing on paper under oath. So,
and not a verbatim.
Under oath. You write it down.
That's right.
Your handwriting under oath.
I never understand why they didn't.
Your statement under oath. Yeah. So lie if you want to.
Okay.
It's illegal.
Okay.
Yeah, we getting it verbatim now. Word for word. No. No. Yeah, come on up in here. Yes, ma'am. So it's getting good, Teresa. Hopefully that answers.
Do they give them a time limit to get these depositions done?
Yes, they do. Yes, they have a time limit in motion for discovery. And when you get subpoenaed to do all that, yes, it's on a time limit. If you can be in contempt of court if you don't show up. Yes, there is.
Okay, good.
A failure to appear. They can get you for all that.
Okay.
Lady Shelby, you know what? The area that I have been focusing my prayers on the most in this case is on the jury selection, because that's where it's going to get tight too. You have all these different attorneys who are going to be vetting jurors who are going to hear this case and decide.
I think it should be a motion to move it out of Rosemont. You know what? Can you think
or
that
they can just bring in some people who, it's not going to be in Rosemont anyway. It's in Cook County.
Okay,
they're
good.
They're not going to do it there.
Good.
They're not gonna do it there. I just,
Good.
I just know that jury selection can be, it can, attorneys get in and they sometimes, to me, they start weeding out what could have been a good studious juror, and sometimes they get in and they try to be too biased. So I just hope it's a balanced juror. It's going to have to be a balanced juror. It's going to be 12 of them. It's going to have to be balanced. And then you have your stand-ins, your fill-ins. So I know that's where and I'm hoping there don't be no back and forth on that, but usually it always is. So we'll see. So hopefully, Vanessa, I kept saying Teresa, I'm sorry, Teresa, Vanessa, hopefully that answered your question about a little bit about the standing of the case. Okay. Yes, yes, Lady Shelby, they do need to be logical and fair. And I know that Jeffrey Fiker is not going to let it be an all-white juror or all-white male juror. He's not going to do that. That's not going to work. Letha, his team must be losing.
Oh, I didn't know you heard.
Yeah, his team must be losing.
Well, like, I'm not even in the same area.
He loud. He's loud. His team is losing.
I looked at the door and I looked at you and I thought, okay, well, then you said he must be losing. I'm like, okay.
His team is losing.
I don't know who he watching. I don't know what team that is. Okay. I think it's the Titans or somebody. Okay,
Teresa. Okay. Okay. With that being said, it's been good chatting with everyone. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off. We are still J4K.
Every day.
Right. First Lady here to fit. We are still J4K. We did this in remembrance of Kanika Jenkins today. Let me go ahead, Letha, get your screen share on.
There she is right there. That's who we do it for.
Go. There we go. Mm-hmm.
That's who we do it for. I thought I did something then, honey, on this Zoom. You can't tell me I didn't do nothing then, Kerensz.
All right, good job, Lee. Good job.
But that's who we do it for. That's who we do it for.
That's right. That's what we're here for.
That's right.
You did. That's what I like about Zoom.
Yes, I like
it allows other people to share their screens. And like I said, I am paying for this. So
I like that.
With that being said, that's what we're here for tonight, J4K, and to thank you for running the Purple Hearts and to address the foolishness that has transpired and to say that we support Teresa 100%. Truth is always a voice for the voiceless. I'll say it again, the truth is always a voice for the voiceless. Truth will always prevail. My mom would say it all the time to me. A lying tongue only lasts a moment. The truth endures the test of time. A lying tongue only lasts a moment. Truth will endure the test of time. That's what she taught us.
Okay. And I'll be so glad when the day comes that Kanika and her family can get justice for her. And all this will be behind for Teresa Martin and her family. It'll never leave them. It'll always be a void and an empty space in their family and in their heart. But at least she can get some peace behind this.
Thank you.
And that's all she needs is peace. I bet she don't even sleep at night. I couldn't imagine. I don't. If she sleeps, she probably just sleeps because she's exhausted. And I would have dreams of my daughter. It's just sad. It's just real sad. It really is. And what people don't understand is that they're a real close knit family too. They are a very, very close knit family. And all the family loved Kanika. She was like the glue and the little one that always laughing and stuff. And it's just hard on them. And can you imagine what's the day? What's the day, Carissa? The 9th or the 10th? The 9th? Yeah, the 9th.
Yeah, today is the 9th.
She's reliving all this. She's about to relive this. She's, the closer it gets, she's going to relive it. And of course, she's frustrated, fed up, and everything else. Sad, angry.
So do me a favor before we close out. Run the purple hearts.
Yeah.
With a real J4K, run the purple hearts in the chat. Run them. If you can do me a favor, run them. Run them. Run them. Run them. Go ahead, Lee. Get your screen share on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Run them. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Teresa Hatcher. Thank you, that girl. Thank you, Fly. Thank you. Run them. Run those purple hearts. Stands for royalty. Yes. Lee, you've been doing all your screen shares. Run your purple hearts.
That's what I'm saying.
Run them purple hearts.
That's the best I can do. I don't know how to do it yet. You see what
no
I mean?
worries. I have not enabled all the features that the guests can have.
Okay. I found some.
I got y'all
how many
limited.
purple hearts? Okay. And look how beautiful she was.
Limited.
Y'all just look how beautiful she was. That was a life just wasted. She's just beautiful. She really is. Beautiful inside and out, as far as I can tell, and as far as the videos that I saw and the people that loved her, she had a beautiful spirit. And I'm not finna cry. We're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry. We done cried enough. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna fight. And when we cry, the next time we're gonna be crying for rejoicing. We're gonna be rejoicing. Tears of happiness.
That's yeah, run your purple hearts though, Lee, before you get off here.
I don't know how to do it, Kerensz.
We gonna show up in court too when the court dates drop.
Yes. Yes, sir.
When the trial officially starts. We're gonna do that too. We're gonna take time off work and we're gonna show up.
Now this is who it's
she
all
is
about.
That girl. Right there. She is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's got a lot of stuff you can do. I like this zone, Kerensz.
Leave run the purple hearts because I'm trying to close out. Okay.
I don't know how to do it though, Kerensz. I don't know. Okay, I know how to do it. Yeah, I know how to do it. Hold on. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it. Hold on. I think I figured it out.
Kayla, you getting the phone?
I'm coming, Kerensz. I'm doing it right now. Hold on.
You can hear the phone in my background.
Here we go. And I know where it's at by heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's our signature, ain't it? There we go. Not that one.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
There I go. I had to do it. Okay, I figured out how to do that.
I'm gonna run some more Purple Hearts on behalf of AM.
Okay.
I know she tired.
Okay.
Long, hard day at work. Okay. All right. So with that being said, thank you all for stopping by in on this stream. To the scary people who were afraid in the bushes to say something in the chat, you need to be. It's called the Lions Den for a reason. We are anti-foolishness over here. We are about justice. To all of those who did participate inside the chat, thank you so much for keeping it real, because it got real down in there. I saw some profanity. It was getting real. So I understand that part of the passion, and thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep Teresa Martin in your prayers. Keep people in your prayers. That being said, you all have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. It's J4K till we get it. Bye-bye, everybody.
That's right. Bye-bye, y'all. Top of the evening.